C418 has been around since the earliest days of the game. He was an active user in Minecraft's Internet Relay Chat, or IRC, since the first public build of the game was available. Another user, Dragonine, was talking to C418 about making music for his game Pixeloids when Notch became interested. C418, I need your music, but it is insane. Yes, well, music? I hear people want music in games. Notch wants. Have a look and see if you can think of anything that fit that type of game. If you can and want to make some, I'd love you forever. Ambient, of course. I think some of your music is great, and I think it might fit that game. Some of your other music is a bit too weird for me. C418, I want to hear your music. C418.bandcamp.com. Notch would begin to listen and comment on what he was hearing. C418, I haven't listened to much yet, but I like. Minimalistic ambient. Oh wait, it's getting more complex here. A few minutes later. Is it possible to buy physical CDs of this, C418? And a bit later. I got a sudden urge to get C418's respect now. I'm trying to suppress it. The next day. C418, what was the link to your music again? And then the next. I like C418's electronic music because it's not like electronic music. Yes, it was. Brilliant stuff. I wonder what kind of music would fit Minecraft. Then on May 19th, 2009, C418 says that Notch has hired him to make music for Minecraft. Notch hired a musician, by the way, talks in a matter-of-fact way. Now, something I did not expect when reading through these chat logs is how big of a role C418 played in the early Minecraft community. From this point forward, he acts as a representative of Notch. He moderates the chat, he bans and kicks people, he reports on the sales of the game. At this point, Minecraft is just Notch and C418. Before and after hiring him, Notch comments a lot about how he wants to do all of the work on Minecraft by himself. I have this goal of making games totally on my own for a while now. I'm going to start looking into doing collaborations once I've managed to crank out a game or two. He had no interest in collaborating with someone for Minecraft's development, but when he heard C418's music, he clearly changed his mind. C418 began to work on not just Minecraft's music, but also its sound design. He made sounds for things like footsteps, but clearly did not like it. Making ambient sounds is dull work. I hate it. Then on June 7th, after about 3 weeks, C418 uploaded Minecraft Sound Test to YouTube. A lot here is surprisingly close to what we still have today. The sound of footsteps on grass, breaking leaves, and going in and out of water. But most importantly, we get this little tease towards the end of the video. The first notes of Minecraft. The first song that C418 wrote for the game. In the IRC, we can see that he accidentally lost the original session file for this song. Idiotic me, I deleted a project. Luckily I rendered the newest version. Now is the question, should I rebuild it from the rendering, or should I just move on? It depends how much you like it. It is more for a game. I kinda like it. Back to Minecraft. Notch. I lost the project file of the first song, but I rendered the newest version, which is practically final. Rebuilding the set would take too much time. If you're happy with it, there's no problem, I guess, but losing sources sucks. Yeah, I can rebuild it, it just could take time. But yes, I am quite happy with it. Am I a bad person for liking Boom Boom Pow by the Black Eyed Peas? Yes. I don't have anything bad to say against that song. We get a really cool look into C418's process from these chat logs. Before he even started on the music, he was nervous about the outcome. I don't like making music for other people's games, but this time I feel really optimistic. Do you hate people, or do you hate games? No, it's just, I don't want to disappoint. Makes sense, but this game I really like, and I think I know what music could fit. There are so many interesting clips from these next few weeks. My game music is definitely different from normal things, I think. I should work a bit on this game before giving up. Which game? Infiniminer ripoff. I should stop playing this melody and finally record it. C418, new album? Minecraft. Even better. This synth I made is pretty interesting. It sounds very, very horrible on high notes, but it's interesting on low ones. Bassy. I mean, how cool is this? He's in the process of creating some of the most iconic music of all time, and we get to see his thoughts in these moments. It's almost like we're a fly on the wall while all of this goes down. It's addicting to read through. Then, after weeks of work, Notch finally launched an update that added a sound engine to the game. A lot of the in-game sounds were placeholders, but we got our first 3 songs: Calm 1, 2, and 3. Later on, these songs were titled Minecraft, Clark, and Sweden. And guess what? People hated the music. What are these so-called sounds? What the hell is this music? Is that music? The music makes me sleepy. I should have made hard techno. The audio is fine to me. Music is downerish though. Can the music be turned off somehow? No, not yet. Well, I heard the music after a while without it, and I was about to yell at my brother for playing the piano again. Notch, will you build in some sort of jukebox so people can choose their own music theme, so people won't have to listen to a repetitive piano thing? It was pretty cool, up until the background music. Everyone is dogpiling on the music, except for one user. C418, good job. The music is really great. No more music. Who else agrees? Me. Music sucks, ors. This music is great. Shut the hell up. No music. No music. No music. Me no likeys. 3 no music. We need more no music, please. I think ambient sounds would be better than music, honestly. No music. Please stop. 5 no music. Evilville. Minecraft doesn't seem like a game that can really benefit from music to me. Well, for me, it does benefit from music. The ambient music works quite well in my opinion. I like the music. I will of course make it an option. If anything, the music needs to have more of an 8-bit feel to match the blogginess of the game. Oh my god. I knew most people wouldn't like it. A little fun fact here. This user defending the music, Evilville, was the subject of a huge lost media hunt, as he was the first player to ever upload a fan-made Minecraft video to YouTube. Anyways, back to the music. People were really rude about it, and it clearly upset C418. Following this, he became much less active in the chat, usually just joining and leaving shortly after. Over time though, the tide began to shift. A few weeks later, I'm apparently one of the few who really like the music. I love the music, but I'm a bit of a C418 fanboy. I also really like the music. Actually, I like the music, but I think there should be some variety. I wish I could crank up the music frequency. I really like those piano tunes. Sorry, Wolfram, you're gonna have to wait about 16 years for that one. A note to Notch, or whomever. The music from this game is very, very good. One of my personal faves for game music. Now that is something I rarely hear. C418 made the music, right? Well, whomever. Psst. I really enjoy listening to it. Good job. C418 wouldn't add more music for over a year, waiting until July of 2010. This was alpha version 1.0.14. Now the game looks much more familiar. We have survival mode, world generation is infinite, and what's that sound? We got 3 more songs, similarly titled Piano 1, 2, and 3. These are known today as Dry Hands, Wet Hands, and Mice on Venus. Around this time, a slider was added to the settings menu, letting players change music volume separate from other in-game sounds. I'm sure the IRC was real happy about that change. This update is also when the first music discs were added, Cat and 13. Just as today, these could spawn as loot in dungeon chests and drop when a skeleton kills a creeper. About a month later, we got our third batch, HAL 1, 2, 3, and 4, or Subwoofer Lullaby, Living Mice, Hogstrom, and Danny. We also got Nuance 1 and 2, renamed to Key and Oxygene. These two are short, ambient tracks that act more as atmosphere for the game. Wet Hands also received a new audio mix, and Mice on Venus was extended, making the intro a longer fade-in and adding an all-new synthy second half to the song. This batch was included in Alpha 1.2.0, released in late October of 2010. Surprisingly, this is it. These 10 songs make up all of what is considered the classic Minecraft music canon. C418 would not add any new music to the soundtrack for another 3 years. But before that, while Minecraft was still in its beta phase, C418 released his soundtrack for the game as an album. However, many of the songs here aren't actually in the game. He wanted to extend the material so that fans weren't just paying for music that was already available. So he fleshed it out by expanding upon pre-existing songs. But a friend warned him against modifying the original source material. I would extend the songs into some new territory, then render them as 2 songs, even though they're the same song with a short pause in between. That's why much of the album is in pairs. Key was extended into Door, Clark into Chris, Cat into Dog. Also, Droopy Likes Ricochet and Droopy Likes Your Face were songs from a previous C418 album, which he included because the former was used in one of the first Minecraft trailers. For the official 1.0 release of the game, 9 new music discs were added. Blocks, Chirp, Far, Mall, Malohai, Stall, Strad, Ward, and 11. At first, these were obtainable from skeleton creeper kills and as dungeon loot, but this was changed in 1.1 to how it is today. Interestingly, encoded versions of the files for all 9 of these discs were in the game since around the time that Cat and 13 were added, over a year earlier. Now, if you're a big fan of the game's music discs like me, you've probably been yelling at the screen, "What about Wait?" In today's Minecraft, there is another music disc in this same category of classic C418 discs called Wait. So where is it? Just like all of the other discs, it's been in the game's files since Alpha, but under a different name. Where are we now? Due to a bug caused by having spaces in the name, the disc was not added with the rest in 1.0. It wouldn't be until 1.4.3, over a year later, that the disc was renamed to Wait and finally added in. A year later, in November of 2013, C418 released Minecraft Volume Beta. This contained a whole bunch of new music, as well as all of the discs from 1.0. A week after the album release, the songs were pushed to the game. As an asset-only update, this didn't get a specific version number. One day, Dinnerbone just tweeted out, "Hey, if you restart Minecraft, there's a whole bunch of new music in it." And when players reopened the game, there it was. This update fundamentally changed the spirit of Minecraft's music. Before, music would play at random, regardless of where you were in the world. Even in the Nether, you could get the same cheery ambient music of the overworld. But for the first time, music was now conditional. For the Nether, we got Concrete Halls, Dead Voxel, Warmth, and Ballad of the Cats. On the main menu title screen, we got Mutation, Moog City 2, Beginning 2, and Floating Trees. Unique music was also added to Creative Mode, with Biome Fest, Blind Spots, Haunt Muskie, which is an anagram for Hatsune Miku, by the way, Aria Math, Drayton, and Tazwell. Finally, The End received music for the first time. Unlike anywhere else in the game, these songs are triggered by specific events. Boss plays when players fight the Ender Dragon. Alpha plays during the credits sequence when you beat the game. And The End plays as an ambient track on loop in the dimension. The End is the most unique piece of music ever added to Minecraft. The song is mostly made up of droning noise with these little corrupted clips of songs from Volume Alpha. Towards the end of its 15-minute runtime, the sound begins to glitch out and rapidly jump around. Five years later, for Update Aquatic, C418 would write 3 new songs for the game, which play when the player is underwater. These are Dragonfish, Shunji, and Axolotl. Interestingly, 3 years before Axolotls would come to Minecraft. Unfortunately, as of 2026, these are the last pieces by C418 added to the game. When Notch commissioned him to make music for Minecraft, they made a deal that C418 would own the songs. So while the music is in Minecraft, he still owns all of the rights to sell copies or license it out to other properties. This deal is obvious for the way that Minecraft was being developed at that time. Notch was getting coding help from random people on IRC. Even the name Minecraft came from a brainstorm session with a bunch of random chatters. But with a large studio like Microsoft, that deal would never happen. Now, to their credit, Microsoft did hire C418 to make more music under that same deal. The songs for Update Aquatic were commissioned 4 years after Microsoft bought Mojang, and they appear to be licensed under the same deal. But years later, after finishing more music for Minecraft, C418 would say on Discord that he was not able to come to a deal with Microsoft. I still want to do stuff for Minecraft, but I've never managed to get an agreement with the big guys. I didn't really want to say anything because 1, I feel like this is my fault when I don't think it is. Like, am I being stubborn? And 2, Mojang is still good people, and nothing about that has to do with them. I didn't want to go all Hollywood when I was supposed to. This situation is usually glossed over as Microsoft screwed over C418, but when you read his own words, that isn't really the case. On one hand, there's no way Microsoft was ever going to give him the same deal that he had with Notch. When he was hired, he was allowed to do whatever he wanted. Notch didn't give him any direction. 3 days after C418 was hired. "You were too fast for me, Notch. I feel ashamed I didn't start anything. Don't worry about it. Take your time." Minecraft just wasn't that kind of game anymore. Now there were deadlines, a roadmap for the future. He wouldn't be able to operate as an independent artist. He'd be at the beck and call of Mojang. On the other hand, C418 didn't want to enter this corporatized environment. He wanted to keep making music the way he had done before. I know most of y'all are here for my Minecraft stuff, but it's been more than 10 years, and honestly, it's been so good for me to do anything but. And frankly, it's going to be torture if I'm the Minecraft guy forever. The yet unnamed game has a ton of music. I poured a lot of my soul into it. It's a whole team at the helm, all of them really good. Yes, I talked to precisely 0 lawyers to work on this game. I think hiring new people to make music for Minecraft was the right decision. C418 could keep working in the environment that he preferred, and Mojang could make new music a bigger part of future updates. And with the Nether update in 2020, that is exactly what we got. 3 new songs were added, Rubedo, which plays in nether waste biomes, Chrysopia in the Crimson Forest, and So Below in Basalt Deltas and Soul Sand Valleys. These are the first songs to ever be linked to a specific biome. We also got our first new music disc in 7 years, the universally loved Pigstep. Unlike any other discs, Pigstep can only be found in Bastion Remnant chests, making it a hard-fought reward. All of these songs were written by Lena Raine, who previously worked on Celeste. She had big shoes to fill, being the first person besides C418 to make music for the game. As we've seen, initial public opinion can be pretty negative in situations like this, but all things considered, this handoff was done pretty well. The music is great. It doesn't stray too far from what you'd expect to hear in Minecraft, while also not copying C418's style. It also definitely helps that this is one of the fan favorite Minecraft updates. Raine would return the next year to make music for Caves and Cliffs, with additional tracks by Kumi Tanioka. Raine's contributions were Stand Tall, Left to Bloom, One More Day, Wending, and Infinite Amethyst. Tanioka, who previously made music for a few Final Fantasy games, contributed Floating Dreams, Comforting Memories, and An Ordinary Day. Similar to the Nether update music, these songs play in a variety of overworld biomes, including the new Dripstone and Lush Caves. Lena Raine also got her second music disc added, Other Side. While it cannot drop from skeletons killing creepers, it can be found in dungeons and strongholds. The next year, for the Wild update, we got 4 more songs, all by Lena Raine. Ancestry, which plays only in the new Deep Dark biome, and Eerie, Firebugs, and Labyrinthine, which play in a variety of overworld biomes. In the new Ancient City structure, Other Side, as well as a new disc, can be found. Crafted from 9 music disc fragments, 5 is an ambient horror-style disc by Samuel Auberg, Mojang's audio director. With this update, they also start to feature the newest songs on the main menu title screen, cycling them out with each update. For 1.20 Trails and Tales, we got 4 songs by new artist Aaron Cheroff, A Familiar Room playing in all overworld biomes, Bromeliad in some jungle and forest biomes, Crescent Dunes in deserts and badlands, and Echo in the Wind in a whole bunch of random biomes. Relic, the new music disc, can be dug out of suspicious gravel in trail ruins. Also around this time, someone finally went through and renamed all of the Calm, Hal, and other weirdly titled tracks to what they're actually called. For Tricky Trials, all of the recent Minecraft composers returned. Lena Raine contributed Deeper, Eld Unknown, and Endless. Kumi Tanioka made Komorebi. Poco Poco. And Yakusoko. And Aaron Cheroff returned with Featherfall, Watcher, and Puzzle Box. In the trial chambers, 3 new discs can be found as loot: Creator and Creator Music Box by Lena Raine, and Precipice by Aaron Cheroff. Most recently, Chase the Skies added songs by new composer Amos Roddy, Lilypad, Below and Above, O's Piano, Broken Clocks, and Fireflies. And a new disc, Tears, was added as a reward for killing a ghast with its own fireball. And Wolfram finally got his wish. A new setting in the sound menu lets you choose between default, frequent, and constant for how often in-game music plays. You can also choose to display a music toast, a little message in the top left corner that says which song is playing. Lastly, and I really can't believe this is the last thing to report on, the Lava Chicken disc was added, a remix by Hyper Potions of the Lava Chicken song from the Minecraft movie. It's dropped by a chicken jockey, but you have to kill the baby zombie first. As goofy as this whole thing is, the disc is actually pretty good. And that's it for now. Mojang will continue to add in more music, create new discs, and some of it will be memorable, but a lot of it probably won't. I'd say that's the biggest problem with the last few years. A lot of good stuff has been added to the soundtrack, and many of my favorite discs are from these updates, but the quantity is a little bit too much. I've always loved Minecraft's music, but even I haven't fully kept up with this stuff. Going through and researching all of this made me realize specifically what was so magical about C418's role. He was completely disconnected from the rest of Minecraft's development. His music for the Nether in the end wasn't tied to the release of those features. It was added when he was done with it, years later. It's quite admirable how much freedom Notch gave him with his work. Even after the overwhelmingly negative initial feedback, he let C418 keep working on his own because he believed in him. I'm trying to let C418 do his own thing as much as possible. That guy is a proper artist. We did it! We're to the end of the video. I'm just starting off with this YouTube stuff, so if you could throw a like or even a comment on the video, that would really help me out. I've got a few other videos, I make songs on Noteblocks, and I have a new Survival Island data pack out. If any of that interests you, check it out. See ya!